Okay, welcome to Kung Fu Havoc number 2. We're going live on YouTube and TikTok. Before we do any of that, for the record, first and foremost, do not attempt anything that you are about to see here. And no gifts. If you're on TikTok or YouTube or Instagram, no gifts. Matter of fact, how do I disable that? No. Shit. Pause that live for just a second. Okay, unpause. How do I disable the gifts? Enhances, no. No, fuck sticks. Hello, Instagram. I guess it's working. Alright, shit, screw it. Okay, I don't know if the gifts are disabled, so do not give me any gifts if you're on TikTok. Instagram's having some kind of minor issue. But again, do not attempt anything that you see here. Anything you miss, you will find on Kung Fu Havoc number 2. I don't know what's going on with Instagram. Is it working? I guess Instagram is working. So I'm going to do some blindfold stuff before we do anything real. I'm going to do some blindfold stuff. But before I do blindfold stuff, I understand you save this shit for the movies. And again, I have no idea if Instagram's actually doing anything. Okay, I'm having problems with Instagram. Like straight up and down. It keeps giving me a 3, but it's not giving me a countdown. Let's see if we can fix this problem before we even get started. Let's see if we can fix this problem because I would like for Instagram to be a part of this. Sorry, what's that message say? Sorry, there was an error in broadcasting. Okay. I got to make this up to Instagram because it looks like they're having a malfunction and I don't have all damn night. Up, up, up. Come on. We might be able to do this. We might be able to do this. Okay, so while we figure out what the hell is going on with Instagram, we're just going to keep going because the show must go. And Instagram is up. Instagram, you're late. Technical problems. Shout out to Instagram and everybody who follows me there. Much love and I miss you. I'm going to do some blindfolded stuff. I'm going to do nunchucks and some other things. And again, do not attempt this, even if you have martial arts trainings, because 1,000 things can go wrong before one thing goes right. Also, I won't be held responsible for your stupidity. The other thing, blindfold stuff. Movies. It has been field tested. I've been one of them idiots that has field tested it. Just because I got lucky don't mean you will, so don't attempt blindfold shit. Save it for the movies. We'll do nunchucks first. YouTube, you're probably not going to get all of my body. But before we even begin, we're going to do long range and short range weapons. So, I'm going to show you guys how short I actually am because I'm only 5'3.5". But dynamite come in small packages. Don't ever forget that. The second you underestimate your opponent is the second you forfeit your victory. And by victory, I honestly truly mean your ability to continue to breathe free air. And if you're on the receiving end of that, same concept apply because you will be breathing air from behind vertical bars. And this whole bandana thing is going to mess up my hair. Worth it. Unless I can't get it back on. And I've tied my ponytail inside this thing. Fantastic. Okay. with blindfolding stuff, the only good thing it's good for is actual training because it will let you get used to how it feels to have no sight. But the problem with that is you also have to worry about where you are. If you're training in a dojo, you're going to hear a lot of echoes. No pun intended, since that's my stage name. Out here in the wilderness, or the woods, or the backyard, you have other distractions. Out here, the bird. I'm sure it came from that direction. But when you're blindfolded, your equilibrium is off. So you're not going to be exactly sure on where certain sounds from. That bird's back there, and I'm pretty sure I'm off because it's probably over there. But for the sake of argument, practice this shit at home in the safety of your home. However, do not attempt this shit in real life because that is a plight that you might not survive. And no, I can't see, but I know how these nunchucks feel because I've been doing this shit fucking forever. Also, I don't do this because this can go wrong and you get stuck in there. Something goes wrong down there, dudes, it's a done deal. Now you see why you don't do that? Totally missed my hand. Oh, I'm still facing y'all. Okay, I moved. Another reason why gotta be careful. Yeah. Okay. The cover's on. The cover is on. Okay? You gotta find yourself having to use an axe. We are going to go back to being blindfolded only because of the simple fact is I rarely trained with this damn thing. So the cover's on so that no one gets injured. Axe is a short range weapon, and if you're lucky, you'll have something else. Fighting with an axe is not impossible. It's just not really recommended. Let me rephrase that. I don't recommend it. See the range? See how small the handle is? That's it. And you have to get in. Boom. You know, you're not going to do that. I was lucky enough to catch this damn rope. That's why this thing doesn't leave your head. It's always here, 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 here. It's never one of these moves. You always want to be able to think. And if you have to block with it, you want to do your windshield protection. Boom, boom, low, high. All the way around. Alright? Reason for that is, this is a small ass hatchet. Not very defensible. Attackable, yes. Defensible, not really. Now you see how my hand was extended when I kicked? Don't do that. Look cool though, but I probably could have kicked the axe and disabled myself so my opponent wouldn't have anything to worry about. Which is also a problem when you actually use commas, the real ones, not the wooden ones that I'll be training with blindfolded in a minute. But you see, strike, boom, my hand's still there. And if I'm not aware of that, boom, this cover wasn't on here, I'd be going to the hospital. Because usually it's the force behind the blow versus the sharpness. I hope I'm still in front of y'all, because that would be a terrible thing if y'all didn't get any of that. Okay, good. We'll do the short sticks first. Or chobos. And I have water and Gatorade. It's right there. It's right there. Okay? And another damn mosquito. I never killed that mosquito the other day, by the way. That SOB is still alive. Now again, training blindfold at home is safe. Training blindfold anywhere else on the planet is a dick move. Okay. Hold on. I need to make sure I got both of the small ends in hand. Okay. These used to be wooden commas. The same things I'm going to use in a minute. So, block, 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 strike. Block, 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 strike. Now, this shit right here ain't gonna work with this blindfold on. And you ain't gonna do this. Because you're gonna lose one. And you're blindfolded. But also in a real fight, this is a really bad idea. Because no matter how much of you knowing your stick, you don't know the opponent across the battlefield. These things do not leave your hand unless someone takes your hand or they wrap your hand. So when you're training with these things, I advise you to wrap them so that you, one, have good grip, but two, see how solid that is? You don't want to get hit with that because your hand is the easiest thing to break on a human body, the hand of your foot. You might not want to believe that, but there it is. Boom. I'm keeping it short, y'all. Don't worry, I have other weapons. We'll do the commas as commas, then we'll use the commas as tampos. Then we'll go into long range. Everything I've showed you so far is basically short to middle range. Short range means you gotta be good with your shit. Because you're gonna have to get in to be effective. If you're not good with your shit in short range, you will not get in to be effective. So for the sake of argument, we're not gonna do this because I don't feel like taking this blindfold off to put it back on. I might pull it off when I'm done. Always remember, block, gash, gash, not block, gash, whip it around, spin it around, you know, the thing that I normally do, and then gash again, because you're gonna die. So it's always block, strike, strike, strike. And since these initially have hooks, you might get 2 strikes, and then you're gonna have to peel your opponent off your blade. Boom, 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 not this. All right? Boom, boom. If it's stuck, peel it off. Now we're going to use these as tampos. Remember that I am not an inside to outside. I am an outside to inside swing. Boom, boom, boom. Oh Lord. 1, 2. Okay, I think I'm not under the tent. Okay, I was close enough. Okay. Hello there on Instagram. Okay, so for the sake of all purposes, this is a prop. Please do not attempt. Now, I haven't worked with a sword in forever, so this is gonna get janky and fucked up. Wait till you see what I do with the katana. It's gonna be even worse. I'm also gonna say this as a precautionary tale. If you are going to play with steel, less kicks as possible. I understand that. Less kicks as possible. so that you don't hurt or maim yourself. Should probably not do this or the thing that I just did. Definitely, if you're practicing at home, that's okay. But if you get into a real fight, cling, slice, slice, back up. Cling. Oh shit. That there, did you just see me do? That's a no-no. That's a no-no. Just keep the bitch in your hand this way, and don't be doing this shit. Unless someone's behind you and you plan on stabbing them, should be the only time that your hand goes from here to that. Whew. I have no idea if y'all saw any of that shit. So, there's that. Okay. Say hi to Bubba. No, its real name is not Bubba. But I bought it from Bubba's in Richmond. Shout out to Bubba's. That one actually has a little bit of sharpness to it. No kicks. Also, for safety precautions, please do not attempt any of this shit that you see me doing. Especially blindfolded. Especially if you don't have the training. And even if you do have the training, don't do it. Save blindfolded shit for the movies or at home. And if you're gonna practice with steel, no kids around. That's the deal. I'll do the yellow chain next, and then I'll do the long bow and the speed bow. Both of these bows are made out of actual bamboo that I brought home from the wilderness. That's not a confession, but it is a confession. Nobody's gonna miss it. It was already broken when I got there. Okay. T. In case you're wondering what I'm doing, I'm trying to make sure I find the tip, because the tip is supposed to point at you. So you see the tip, it's there. The 3 ridges up here, they're technically for a person who's like never gonna ever do this in real life. When someone swings a sword and you're supposed to catch the sword in these freaking 3 holes here, can we say, no you're not? Because it's not impossible, it's just highly improbable, and no one's gonna be walking around with a katana. At least not in today's society. Alright, so again, we're not going to do any kicks if I can remember not to do that, just because of the fact that where your blade is not where your foot wants to be. Alright, so my blade's over here, I'm good. My blade's over here, I'm not good, because I can accidentally drop the blade as I kick and take out a leg. And by take out, I mean disembowel my shit. Not a good idea. You have a katana. Most katanas are probably not this long. Yeah, no, the blade's about standard, but the hilt is long. As you can see, there's still a little left, which means this would have a hidden dagger down there. But that's for those who do ninjutsu. I don't really do ninjutsu because the doctor says I can't do anything outside of slow-ass kung fu, no wushu, and a little bit of kempo and a little bit of taekwondo, but that's it. Everything else that I study has been put on the back burner. Don't get a hip replacement and don't get infantry. Slice, slice, stab, block, 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 block. 1, 2. Okay, y'all know I'm gonna whirl this bitch for fun, right? And when you're doing this, you never, ever, almost lost it, throw kicks. The reason why you don't throw kicks, yeah, shit fell down. The reason why you don't throw kicks while doing that is because you could probably take out your leg, which would not be fun. Also, katanas are not toys. Treat them with respect. In fact, everything steel is not a toy. Even if it's a training instrument, treat it with respect. Now, while we're here, this is where I sound like a complete hypocrite. I train with weapons, but I'll never bring a weapon to the battlefield. I know you're thinking, why would you train with weapons but not bring them to the battlefield? Two reasons. If the guy across the battlefield is better with this katana than I am, I'm done. If the guy with the katana is not better than I am, I'm going to take his katana. Why bring mine when I can use his? And that goes for any weapon whatsoever. All right, so we're going to use this long bow. So I'm going to show you guys how short I actually am. Well, at least TikTok will be able to see how short I am. I don't know how much footage Instagram's going to get. And this bitch is heavy even though it's hollow. So if you can see me, I'm 5'3". So, if you can see that, then you know I'm 5'3.5". So yeah, when I go back and stand beside it and lift it up, you'll see how short I actually am. We're gonna put the blindfold back on, and we're gonna do that. I know I said I was gonna do the yellow chain. We'll save that shit. Hello, Dale Khan, my brother from another mother. And hello, Bree Amberly. Those are two people that followed me on Instagram. Don't worry, I haven't left the app. Yeah, I'm doing a little bit better on TikTok, but I haven't left the app, and I'm still on YouTube, and I do visit Instagram. Shout out to Aura, by the way, who had all kinds of problems with Instagram last night. If you're on Instagram and you're not following Simply Beautiful, then you're missing out. Also, go follow Dale Khan and Brianna. Y'all should know that I'm totally fucking up because I probably should have put that stick between my legs before I decided to tie my goddamn shit up. I literally closed my eyes. Okay, got it. Alright, so as you can see, I'm 5'3.5". I'm a short guy. With dynamite comes in small packages. Now this thing isn't strong enough to do anything that Yin Yang Man used to do from WMAC Masters. Shout out to Yin Yang Man. Y'all should go follow him. I think he has an Instagram, possibly a TikTok. This thing's damn sure not strong enough to do anything that Ray Park does, Chuck Jeffries, Gary Daniels, Mark Coscos. Shout out to everybody I just named. Shout out to Cynthia Rothrock, Cynthia Khan, etc., etc. Alright? This thing ain't that strong. It's actually not strong at all, and I weigh about $130, $140. I'm in between that. I'm actually trying to get down to 130 because the doctor says I have to. So, for prime example, this is maximum range for me because it starts getting heavy and the stick will droop. It's under the arm. If you get through this damn shit, I deserve to get my ass kicked. Same thing on the other side. You know, understand this is a long-range weapon. It is to simulate the monkey stick. The monkey stick is the longest of the martial art bow stance. And if you want reference to the monkey stick, Yin Yang Man from WMAC Masters. Just Google WMAC Masters. When you see Yin Yang Man, I believe his name is Richard something or another. I'm sorry, Yin Yang Man, my brain is farting. I'm 50 years old. And I know he's older than me, but I know he knows his fucking name. Anyway, so here, strike S and extend it so that I can extend it out. I don't know where that tent is, so I will try not to. Yep, found the tent. So I can't really swing this thing because of the range. I don't want to hit my computer, and I don't want to hit this tent. Okay, so understand, I'm coming up, I'm coming down, you see it from this angle, boom, so I hit the ground, boom, thrust. So, because I can't see anything, long range, this is as long as it gets. You get the real monkey stick, it ranges in various lengths. Shortest length, I believe, is 6 foot. Longest feet, I believe, is between 10 and 14. Do not quote me on that. But the monkey stick, damn. Sorry, y'all. I have lost footing, apparently. Hopefully, y'all saw some of that. If not, the monkey stick is very, very long. Very, very long. So, you know, your range here, no one should be able to get through. But the monkey stick is also not made out of this bamboo shit where you see the notches. Okay, if you look real carefully, there's a notch, there's a notch, there's a notch. The monkey stick, if you pay for it at a store, does not have that. If you go out in the wilderness and you find this bitch laying on the ground and come home and wrap it with a fuck ton of duct tape and electrical tape and maybe some binding, like my Kamas, you have good grip. But it still won't have stability for you to do anything fancy. So don't do anything fancy. Okay? Because doing fancy shit could get you messed up in a fight. Keep it real. 1,000 things can go wrong in a fight before one thing goes right. This is a shorter stick. Not the short sticks, but a shorter stick. This I can do more because it's like a whip. It's basically not really a bow staff, more like a reed, but the average bow should be somewhere between this on you, depending on your height. I'm 5'3 and a half, so this is about right. Alright? The average size of a broomstick would be considered a short bow, unless you're over 6 foot tall, then it would be considered a long bow. Also, the taller you are, you'll probably need to consult a bow staff specialist to see what bow fits best for you. Here's the thing, alright, I'm going to say this before I wrap up. If you have a certain height, certain martial arts will work better for you versus the ones that don't. Alright? Or my favorite, if you're 6 foot and below, Kung Fu is the way to go. If you're 6 foot and above, Kung Fu really can't show you love because a lot of Kung Fu is close quarters fighting. If your ass is too linky, your ass gets stinky. That's a joke. Now, if your ass is too linky, it makes it easier for a shorter person who does more Kung Fu to get in and tell your ass a move. Trying to play nice. The chain is next. And then we will salute Saber Night Lights and my brother Courtney Mungo. Who I need to call, and I'll try to call tomorrow. So Courtney, if you're tuning in, because I know you're probably at class right now, and I took a break from typing. Alright, with most bow staffs, that's your range from your chin to the end of your fingertips so that you can have maximum swing. I will say that you won't be doing much of that when you're fighting. And by much of that, I mean this. Okay? This, maybe. But this shit, no. No one's going to give you the time. God, I hope I'm still facing you. But yeah, so your range, from here, push in, let me do it this way. If I'm not facing you. From here, alright, let me get the right stance. Okay, nope. From here. So I'm in a bow stance, long bow. Y'all probably can't see my legs, right? But I'm pushing my opponent, who would be at the end. Boom! And if I really want to get nasty, when I'm pushing, I'll push the stick as well. My primary target would be right here. But that's if I want to hurt him really badly, or just want him off me, solid muscle in the chest. Be a whole lot easier to hurt him than it would be to not hurt him because of my golden rule of 1,000 things can go wrong before one thing goes right. So we're gonna do the chain, and then we will do one last thing before we get into bound fighting, which I will take the gloves off. Yes, I will do a bound demonstration with my hands tied and my eyes blind. But before we do that, I will say one more time, please don't attempt this shit. Even if you have the training, do not ever, as long as you are breathing, think that you are going to go into a fight and do some Bruce Lee or Van damage to anybody while you are blindfolded. You are asking for your own deletion. Are we clear? Yeah. It's not like y'all actually can respond and I can actually see it. But I also don't want anybody to do anything stupid and get hurt before they see me do it. But I've also been training and fighting since I was 7 years old. Alright? My ponytail and my hair has to look trash right now. I need to come up just a tad because of the tent. I know I'm going to hit that some bitch at least once. Alright, so basically if you have the rope dart or the media hammer, you're going to be a hell of a lot better at this than me. So this is just a chain. Again, somebody gets through this, I deserve to get hit. You want to try to catch it on the fatty tissue of your body, so not the bony tissue. The reason for that is so that you don't get hurt. Can't believe I pulled that off without getting fucked up. I'm impressing myself right now. We're gonna stop before shit goes wrong. I'm gonna enjoy looking at that. Normally I fuck that shit up. Okay, so before we go into doing our hands tied thing, I'm gonna it's gonna look fucked up because there's no nighttime. But we will salute Saber Night Lights. If you're local, please go to sabernightlights.com. Tell them Echo Fang Grey Wolf sent you. And if you really want to go, classes are Saturdays at the Laugh and Drag. Go there. I can't give you a time, that's why you have to look it up. Now, when it was on Fridays, I could attend, but Saturdays are really bad for me as of the last few years. God, I hope this is on. I think it's on. Okay, look, if it's off or if it's on, we're going to find out when I take these damn things off. So, as taught in class, up, up, down, down. This one's a little bit longer than it should be, but it's working fine for me. Okay? Boom, 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 boom. That's okay. Now, if you want to watch the movies, that's about the only time you're going to do this shit. And yes, you actually can fight with these things. They're not going to cut anybody off. But when class has rules, you don't do this. You don't touch the emitter. You keep it at the pommel thingy-majiggy down here. Boom, boom. Some guys fight with actual swords that make noise. Not that noise. Watch, I cut it off. Oh, I cut it off. Excellent. What's better than one, but having two? I'm totally gonna suck at what you're about to see next. Okay? Just making sure you know. I am totally gonna suck at what you're gonna see next. That's also because I've been out of practice for a year and a half trying to get shit done. I know both of them are off, so I only have to click the button once. Yes, they do offer dual lightsabers. I'm not ready for that shit yet, but here you go. Now you know why I'm not ready. I have no idea how close I am to y'all, so we're gonna quit right there. Okay, they're both off. Shout out to Saber Night Lights. Okay, we're gonna remove the gloves. We're gonna get with the guts and the glory of some shit you should never do, which is fight blindfolded and having your hands tied. So I'm not gonna do any dangerous stuff because it's dangerous. We don't do dangerous stuff over here because I'm 50. So yeah, doing dangerous stuff is not an option. Is it fucking... Okay, whew. Sorry. I had to make sure that my YouTube was still recording because it's frozen. Okay, still recording. Whew. I'm not good with technology, okay? Let's keep the shit real. I'm 50 years old. I'm really bad with technology. So first and foremost, we're doing hands behind the back. I'm gonna try and stay right here so that I don't fall down. I think I'm in range for all of y'all. So before we do hands behind the back, again, please do not attempt. And understand, if your hands are tied up and you're blindfolded, I don't know any nicer way to put this, but on a scale of 1 to 10, you're fucked. Things are different when you can't see. And also, save the blindfolded shit for the movies. Do not, as long as you are breathing, no matter who tells you what, where, when, and how, this is the 1000% truth. You ain't never fighting nobody blindfolded successfully. Okay? You may get lucky. The good Lord, the Creator, Zeus, Odin, whoever the fuck you pray to, may be with you that day. Hell, maybe in Aries, the god of war, may be with you that day. But I can almost guarantee you. This right here is the fucking worst part. I mean, at least with your hands are tied and you can see shit coming. When your hands are tied behind your back, you ain't got a lot of options. That's my range. See my face? I can barely protect that shit. And my left side is even worse. Yeah. So again, this is my left, this is my right. I want to go to my right. I'm going to send my enemy to my left, outside to inside, crescent kick. Boom. Okay. I'm going to go this way. Hopefully I'm straight again. I want to send my enemy to my left because I'm going to my right, inside to outside, crescent kick. It's coming at me. Boom. Now I can go this way. You have to keep it extra simple now because your eyes are blinded. Same thing, I'm going to send my enemy to my right because my exit is to the left. Outside to inside, crescent kick. God, I hope I'm in front of the game. Guys, coming. Boom. Pop my hips, I'm gone. God, I hope I'm in front of the game. Okay, same thing. I want to send him that way. So, we're going to go with this leg to that side. Inside to outside crescent kick. Because my escape is over here. So, boom. And now I'm gone. Alright? The reason for that is really quite simple. I can't see the son of a bitch. If I got him that way, that's the Lord's work. Right? And because my blocking range is very limited. And if you are a freaking contortionist, God bless you, and you're a lucky SOB. I can't see. I can't get these damn ropes off, which is bad. I must have tightened it up by accident. Okay, I gotta take my blindfold off because I'm not exactly sure where the fuck I'm at. Shit. thing about 1,000 things can go wrong before something goes right. There was your example right there. I don't even know if you guys saw half the shit I just did because of this damn blindfold. And once I stepped out of sight, you probably missed everything. I know I was standing over that way. So one more time, but this time my hands are in front of me. Only I have a tactical advantage that I didn't have before. The tactical advantage is simple. My hands are tied in front of me. Remember this. High right, medium with me, low. High left, medium with me, low. Alright. You know why all that is now in void. My hands are tied. You're coming at me, boom. Now I can see. My eyes are a little fucked up, but I can see. So now, boom, boom, boom. Or it's coming at me, boom, boom, boom. Understand? This is in front of me. My hands are in front of me. I just freed one handicap that I couldn't have done while my hands was behind me. Also, if your hands are behind you and they're tied up and your eyes are tied up, there's a high probability that you're going to get fucked up. I couldn't put that any nicer. You're going to get fucked up. I mean, it's really quite simple. Now, also, if you haven't learned, with your hands tied, this is a bad idea. We are going to do a reverse tornado kick. We're not going to do a regular tornado kick, just a reverse tornado kick. And hopefully I won't go down. Plus, I want to get some water or some Gatorade because they're both over there. So, reverse tornado kick with your hands tied in front of you is safer than the ones with your hands tied behind you. But in actuality, none of them are actually safe, like at all. You don't ever really want to use this kick unless you know for a fact, dude is done. But here we go for fun. I slipped on something, so let's try that again. It wasn't doo-doo though, thank God. Yeah, so you don't want to do that with your hands tied. Mostly because your balance is off. You also don't want to do this with your hands tied. Anything that involves you leaving the ground for any circumstances in fighting puts you in a very bad situation where you might get fucked up. Okay? So that being said, I'm going to end this live with a thank you because I'm about to lose light. Some of these weapons have to go back in that shed. The rest have to go back into the place in which I spend the night. And we're going to call it a day. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope I taught you something. Mostly I hope I taught you what not to do. And I also want to say one last thing. Always remember that 1,000 things can go wrong in a fight before one thing goes right. Do not attempt to do anything that you see other martial artists do on social media or in real life if you have never been to a martial art a day in your life. We would like you not to get hurt emulating shit that you've seen without the proper training. Technically, if you're going to a school, you are emulating what you are being shown. But the teacher is there to make sure that you are emulating the shit right. That way you don't get fucked up. But you got to do one last thing as we leave this live. You got one last thing to do. Training doesn't stop because this video ends. Training for me tonight stops because this video ends because I got to go back and start writing in my book. I'm going to try and pull as much as I can until it's time for me to go get a shower or take the dogs back out. But training doesn't stop. If you're going to be a martial artist, if you're going to take this shit seriously, if your school opens at 4 and your class ends at 6, when you go home, you do it again. At least for 10 minutes. If you can't do 10, do 5. If you can do 10, make it 20. And why do I say this? Because the only way you're going to get good is to train. I'm not going to say practice because practice is a misnomer. Train. 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 Martial arts has to become a way of life for the shit to be successful. You will not win them all, but you can damn sure try. That being said, I'm Echo Fan Grey Wolf. This is Kung Fu Africa number 2. TikTok, Instagram. Thank you for being here. Be seeing you. Anything that you missed, you can catch on Kung Fu Africa number 2. And for some reason, the lives did not end. Technology. technology can fuck itself sometimes, because it sure fucks me over a lot. Thank you, TikTok. I greatly appreciate it. And remember, this is a no gifts allowed live. I think I dismantled that shit. If you're going to give gifts, give to the poor, give to other veterans, that kind of thing. And don't forget his mental health check for men. So, my mental health check. I just burnt off a whole lot of stress, and I bet I ain't lost a damn drop of weight. Thank you for watching. Have a great day. Oh, come on! Okay, for y'all, I hope like hell I got everything. And if not, I do apologize to you right now. But I am intending this summer to go back to Instagram and TikToking live and doing more martial arts shit, more Monday Night Improv for y'all. I just got to get through getting all of my films for the last 20 years up and running. So things will be delayed. But the only thing that's going to stop me from doing that shit is if I die or if I get a job with Disney. Because then, I won't be able to do the things that I do. I won't be able to say thank you anymore. I won't be able to do the important stuff, which is cater to you. So, I don't want you to think that once I get a job, I'm just going to be a dick. No. I know how this works. Without you, the 417 or 18 of you that are here, 18 because I count as 2 people. Without you, I am nothing. You guys keep me alive. Whether you know it or not, you keep me alive. I'm a 50-year-old man who's lost everything in life. I've sucked at life at certain things. I've had obstacles thrown in my way. All I want is to be successful in at least one thing. So if I can make one good movie before I die, then I'm good. Anyway, I have 417 or 18 people who actually give a shit about me, which is more people than I've ever really had in my lifetime outside of my personal life, where I got like maybe 6, maybe 8 people. So shout out to Russell, shout out to Courtney, shout out to BJ, shout out to Adrian, shout out to Brandon, shout out to Brenda, shout out to everyone who I did not name, my 3 biological brothers. I know they at least give somewhat of a shit about me. Couple of sisters, but they might just be faking the funk. To the asshole who keeps shit going with my family because you're watching my YouTube, that's for you. And for everyone else, if you don't like people, there is a nicer way of letting them know without destroying their life. Alright? There's a nicer way of letting people down without hurting them and, totally ruining their life. Don't do that. It is never good for you to ruin someone else's life to make yourself feel better. Because at the end of the day, that makes you a piece of filth. That being said, I'm Echo Fan Grey Wolf. This is Kung Fu Africa number 2. I'm pretty sure I'm not going to make any more videos tonight. But if something happens, then I will. You guys know how I roll. I'll give you 99.9. Be seeing ya. And I can't. There we go. I might want to stop the damn thing first. That would help.